Modern medicine identifies the source of human consciousness through the mapping of detectable brain matter. Within this mechanical framework, our thoughts and memories are defined as the direct results of biological tissue and the electrical firing of neurons. Quantum biology focuses this investigation even further, looking inside the neurons to find microtubules. These are tiny structural filaments functioning like biological circuits. Current theories suggest awareness might originate in quantum flashes inside these microscopic tubes. This model relies on three-dimensional point-to-point electrical events. However, isolating consciousness into these discrete physical sparks struggles to explain the continuous, unified nature of human awareness. This biological model often overlooks a core principle of physics defined by Maxwell's laws. These laws dictate that every electrical change is accompanied by a magnetic change. In a firing neuron, the electrical pulse is inextricably tied to a corresponding magnetic wave. These magnetic variations suggest that the brain functions as a complex electrical circuit, where the fields generated by moving charges are the primary components of consciousness, rather than the physical hardware of the neurons themselves. Billions of individual neurons each generate their own minute magnetic field. Unlike electricity, these magnetic fields do not cancel each other out based on charge. They add together geometrically to increase the strength and breadth of the brain's overall field. This collective structure is known as the B field, a scalar magnetic field that corresponds point by point to the brain's neural net activity. The B field serves as the physical site of our everyday waking thoughts and moment-to-moment cognition. The density of this localized field creates a powerful biological perspective, grounding our sense of mind so firmly in the head that we perceive consciousness as a strictly cranial event. Identifying the full scope of these fields requires moving the investigation from the skull down through the nervous system and into the chest. The heart contains a significant concentration of neurons, and it produces a magnetic field that is stronger than any other organ in the body, including the brain. In this model, consciousness is the sum of magnetic field complexities across the entire body. Because the heart possesses the most powerful magnetic output, it functions as the central regulator for our broader consciousness. As shown here, waking thoughts require whole brain coherence. Sensations travel through the white matter core, initiating an electromagnetic handshake with the gray matter. When we intentionally curtail sensory input, this handshake breaks. The core stops transmitting outside patterns. This state of no-self is documented in traditions like Zen meditation and the intense flow states of martial arts. By successfully silencing sensual input, the brain's electrical activity shifts its point of connection. In this quieted state, the brain connects with signals from the heart, accessing the A field. The A field is a vector magnetic field that acts like an antenna, picking up density variation patterns from the fourth dimension of space. This shift establishes a physical connection to the continuity of the universe, allowing individuals to bypass three-dimensional sensory limits and interact with universal potential. This multidimensional architecture provides a framework for understanding the physical transition that occurs when a biological body ceases to function. Clinical death causes the three-dimensional matter, energy, and electrical fields to destabilize. These interconnected systems collapse, losing the complexity that sustained the biological being. The four-dimensional A field, however, is not dependent on three-dimensional material support. It is a stable complexity pattern that remains anchored in the continuity of the single potential field filling the universe. The A field survives as a four-dimensional density pattern, preserving the totality of an individual's experiences and memories independently of the physical body. This progression toward higher complexity is defined by the sixth law of thermodynamics. This principle states that material systems naturally tend toward higher stabilities and greater complexity over time. This law suggests that humanity is moving toward a new level of system stability, characterized by a more integrated relationship with the fourth dimension. In this brain map, Broca's area is marked in purple. The rising rates of neurodivergence and autism correlate with wiring changes in this specific region, interpreted here as the brain adapting to process four-dimensional input as a primary form of communication. These hereditary changes in neural net architecture point to the emergence of Homo paradoxus. This successor species would be born with the biological wiring to directly cognize the fourth dimension, a trait that currently requires years of meditative practice for modern humans. Our role in this process involves actively increasing our own consciousness through learning and the cultivation of compassion. These positive experiences expand our individual A fields, contributing to the collective complexity that drives this shift forward. Human biology is currently adapting to a reality that extends beyond 3 dimensions. By refining our neural and magnetic architecture, we are moving toward a state of being permanently connected to the broader potential of the cosmos.